All right. I don't like the way this is working out. We've got a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. And
A young man, likely in his mid to late 20s, stood in court facing serious trouble not for a new crime, but for something that often destroys second chances, failing probation. He had been given a structured path to rebuild his life. No jail, no harsh sentence, just rules to follow. Show up to meetings, find a job, complete community service, and prove he wanted to change. But months passed, and instead of progress, there was silence. Missed responsibilities. No real effort. Out of 26 conditions, he had only followed 2. To the court, it didn't look like someone struggling, it looked like someone not trying.
probation office, which does a great job. Let me read. Since being granted supervision in December of 24, year and 3-4 months ago, he's failed to come into compliance with his probation order. Although he generally reports as directed and has not committed any new offenses, he has failed to accomplish anything else of note. Here's the deal with that. There are 26 conditions of probation. You're doing 2 of the 26. That doesn't get it. That doesn't pass. You don't get a passing record. You failed to find and secure employment, failed to perform a single hour of community service hours.
We've confirmed that he actually has, Judge.
Was this wrong?
He just didn't.
When it's written,
He didn't have proof about the community service hours properly, but I have confirmed that he provided documentation that has been approved.
All right, y'all, okay. Yeah,
and that's part of the
help
reason
me
why.
out.
Yes,
Updating this.
yes, sir.
He was back in December. He was given 60 days to demonstrate his desire to successfully complete probation. He has failed to do so. Given his failure to appear for this hearing, which is what prompted all of this, he failed to appear for a hearing. On what date was that, please?
It was February 11th.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The officer believes you do not intend to comply with the court directives and that a motion to revoke probation is now in order. So that's what happened. And there you are sitting around in jail.
Yes,
How's that working out?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like it. And
Oh, good. I'm glad you said that. I was
Yes,
getting
sir.
worried because you were going to say I enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right. You're not supposed to. That sounds like you're normal.
Yes, sir.
So what were you going to say?
Yeah. As far as a job, I have found a good job. My grandmother helped me find a good job.
Doing what?
At a community center in Port Arthur, Texas.
Doing what?
I help with the elderly.
What do you?
Inside the courtroom, the tension was calm, but heavy. Judge John Stevens leaned forward, reviewing the file carefully. His tone wasn't loud, but it carried weight. He pointed out the reality: the defendant had been given time, opportunity, and trust, and still failed to meet even the basic expectations. The defendant tried to respond. He spoke about finally finding a job, helping at a community center, cooking for elderly people. He mentioned his grandmother helping him get back on track. It wasn't a denial, it was an attempt to show he was starting to change. The judge listened. But you could feel it, this wasn't enough to erase everything.
Do with them?
I cook food for them.
Are you good? at that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Well, there's a lot of job offers,
Yes.
opportunities for people who cook well.
Yes, sir. I also clean.
What are you going to do about that?
I'm going to try to see if I can find a branch out and see if I can find a bigger, better opportunity.
Food wise?
No, just in
Oh.
general, as far as
Oh.
working.
All right,
I don't know yet.
Food comes in handy. I mean, that's always a demand.
Yes, sir.
It's always. So what are we going to do here? Send him to, what's his problem with substance abuse, if any?
No,
None?
that was a reference to a different person, Judge. The probation officer would like to have him on 0 tolerance and be placed with the mental health case. And I agree with that assessment. His record was clean before this particular incident, and frankly, I was shaking my head that we were even here in the first place. The nature of these underlying
serious.
Yeah,
offense, though.
yes, sir. Yeah, we gave him quite the consideration in the deal that was offered to him.
My God, you're lucky an officer didn't see it and then shoot you in the head
Yes,
to
sir.
protect the students. Because we're not going to wait for somebody to pull out a gun and shoot it.
Yes, sir.
students. That was
Yes,
really a bad idea.
sir.
We have a motion filed, so that tolls everything. What do you want to do next here? Review it and how he's doing in 60 days?
I think that'd probably be a good idea.
Yes.
Good, done.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
let's try that.
In the end, Judge John Stevens made a decision that walked that exact line. Instead of sending him straight to jail, he gave him one final opportunity. A strict reset. Zero tolerance. And a review in 60 days. No more excuses. No more delays. It wasn't kindness, it was pressure. Because sometimes, the hardest sentence isn't prison. It's being given one last chance when everyone is watching to see if you fail again. The judge's decision felt like a test not just of behavior, but of character. Now the question isn't what the court will do. It's what the defendant will do with the time he's been given. Do you think people truly change when they're given one last chance, or only when they finally face real consequences? If you were the judge, would you have taken the risk or ended it right there?